Yeah, creating conversations and how to ask questions to help, that conversation go along. I'm just going to share the screen and we can get started. Remember how to, oh yeah, there. Okay, so creating conversations. The first step is to share your story. And if you are brand new, like Sydney or Christine, you don't have a story yet, you could substitute this with your why, because what you just told me tonight is extremely powerful. And Sydney, I know you're still kind of searching for your why, but I know that health is a priority for your family. So talking about why health is a priority for your family and now you're in this to help other people might be a really great post to make this week, to kind of announce that you are a health and fitness coach, that you're here to help other people, and why you want to do this. So whether or not you have a before and after picture yet, your before could be right now. And if you haven't taken your before pictures yet, make sure you do that, because it's really important. You're going to be so glad that you have your pictures. I know it's embarrassing sometimes to have your before picture. I know when Jeff took my before pictures, I only shared my picture from the back because I didn't want anyone to see my stomach in the front. It was right after I had Lulu, and I'm glad that he kept this picture. I didn't have it because I deleted all of them, but he kept this one, and I'm really glad because now I can share that journey. And there's more of a story behind, my journey than just my before and my after, because I had some depression problems and I had C-sections that I was really trying to, get over. And so with my story, I can connect with a lot of people from the experiences that I've had. So a really great formula that I just learned a couple weeks ago in the Art of Recruiting group that I joined recently is to have your before and after picture. And you can do this on Transformation Tuesday or Throwback Thursday. Those are, really common times to post these stories. Make sure you're hashtagging so other people can kind of, connect with you in a lot of different ways. So the girl on the left or the guy on the left is blank, blank, and blank. Talk about, it can be feelings, it can be overweight, it can be depressed, it can be addicted to Taco Bell. The girl on the right is blank, blank, and blank. Happier, healthier, stronger. You fill in the blanks for you. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to bridge the gap. So how did you get from the person on the left to the person on the right? So that's when you talk about by joining the support group, by being more conscious about the foods I brought into my house, by drinking Shakeology every day, by doing my daily workouts, I was able to get these results. The next thing you're going to do is say, I can help you, and literally say the words step by step. I will show you the step-by-step process. Because when you tell them that you're going to help them step by step, number one, it shows that it's really simple and that you have a formula. Number two, it tells them that you're going to support them along that journey, that you're not just going to give them the materials that they need and say, good luck, let me know, we'll talk again in 30 days. So that step-by-step process is really important for them to know that you're going to help them along the way. And then the last thing at the very end of the post is some kind of a call to action. So comment below with your email, or comment below with your goals, or let me know if you need help on your journey. I am here to help you. So ending with that call to action helps them know that they need to do something for you to see that they are interested. And I'm going to show you that it's more than just a comment in a minute. We'll talk about that in a second. So now this is your first step, but if you don't have your story yet, there's lots of other things that you can post. And for our newer coaches, just so you know, it's important to have a goal to post 2 to 3 times a day, or even 4 if you're really gung-ho. Only one of them needs to be health or fitness or Beachbody or coaching related. So be aware of the other interests that you have in your life and the other things that you enjoy talking about, your faith, maybe it's motivational quotes, your family, your kids. When people see that you're a normal person, they can relate to you, and then you're going to gain more followers that way as you really show who you are on all different levels and not just in the Beachbody world. So other great ideas for your, your daily health or fitness post would be sharing a healthy recipe. And I don't know if you guys saw my post recently with the Shakeology energy bars. I just took a picture of it and I said, who wants the recipe? And then I got a ton of comments that they wanted the recipe, and then I give them the recipe. And a lot of times I'll message each individual person and give them the recipe. So then I'm connecting with them and creating conversations there. And that's way more effective than just saying, I'm going to try this energy bar and post the link. Another idea is the workout picture. So you guys, what we're posting in our challenge groups, posting that on your fitness page is going to help other people see what you're doing. And then talking about how you love the support of our challenge group, sharing your victories, whether they're, weight victories or whether it's just more energy and you were excited to press play today, your challengers results or your family's results, sharing your why and how this is important for your family or your spouse or your happiness. And then a personal development thought. I know with the challenge that I put out to read Daring Greatly and to share something, you guys got great interaction on those posts. So as you're reading and doing your personal development, be thinking about, if you can get one little takeaway every time you read, share that with your followers because they're going to see that you're really trying to better yourself on the inside too, and not just physically. And if you haven't seen Brandy's breadcrumbing call yet, I posted it earlier this week. It is super good and it's super helpful for you to see all these little posts that you can do throughout the day. It doesn't have to be this big, long paragraph, just little ways to show people what you're doing. Okay, so then once you have posted your post, what you're going to do is you're going to message all the people that have liked or have commented on your post. And you're going to send them this message. Thank you so much for liking my fitness post. I really appreciate the support so much, and I'm thankful for your good vibes. How are you doing on your fitness journey? And I'll post all these in our group so you don't feel like you have to scribble it all down right now. And then they're going to reply to you, and they're going to tell you what they've been doing, and a lot of times they're going to ask you for help. And right then and there, you've started a conversation, and you're ready to go. So then you'll reply back, I'm so glad that I've inspired you. That's why I post, so I can help other people get motivated. I don't know if you know this, but I run free challenge groups and would love to have you in it. Now you've gone from a conversation to an invite. And you're not inviting them into something that's going to cost money. You're inviting them into a free group where you're just going to provide support for them. They're going to get to know you better. You're going to be helping them, with meal plans that we have posted in the group and giving them tons of support and motivation and continue to build this relationship with them. So earlier today in our new coach group, we talked about the 3 vital behaviors yesterday, and today was all about invite, invite, invite. And invitations should always start with a conversation, and probably a conversation about something different than just the invite. So instead of just messaging someone out of the blue and saying, how are you? Do you want to join my challenge group? You've got to create that conversation first and be getting to know that person and build that relationship first. Okay, so depending on what they reply to you, your reply might be, if they haven't asked you for help and they're telling you what they've done, and maybe they've got a good schedule with their workouts. That's so awesome that you're taking the time to invest in your health. Have you ever considered paying it forward and helping others get fit? So now instead of you offering help to help them with their journey, if they're kind of already got their thing going on, you're now inviting them to be a coach by telling them that they can help others with their journey. And just see, where that conversation goes. So when they ask for help, okay, so what I just talked about is what you're going to message to everyone who commented on one of your posts. And as you're consistently posting and building that momentum through social media, people are going to actually start coming to you. And it's a really great day when you get that first message and someone says, I've been watching you, I'm really interested, can you please tell me more? Or I really need to get off sugar and I noticed you just did a 7-day, sugar cleanse or whatever. This is when you will ask them what their goals are so that you can help them. Okay, so what are your health and fitness goals? And this is honestly the most important question that you can ever ask anyone. And I ask this to people maybe 5 times a day. What are your health and fitness goals? Because once you know their goals, then you know how you can help them. You know which program you can suggest for them. You know how Shakeology can fit into their life. And you have that so that you can remind them at the end as you're kind of closing the conversation and inviting them to a formal group once you know what their goals are. So when they reply back to you with what their health and fitness goals are, they might pour their heart out to you. I have people who will tell me all their past experiences, and they've had miscarriages and they've had a death in the family. And you start to see that these things that happen to you affect your health, right? That all these experiences that we have affect our happiness and they affect our health. And so at that point, you're just going to relate to them in some way that you can. And even if it's just with empathy and saying, I am so sorry that you're going through this, and then talk about how you can help them. So then the next question that I will ask is, what's your biggest struggle with nutrition? And this is another really, really big one, because this is how you're going to figure out how Shakeology will fit into their life. So if they say that their biggest struggle with nutrition is that they just love sugar and chocolate, you're going to talk about why you love chocolate Shakeology, that it gives you your chocolate fill throughout the day, that you don't crave anything anymore because you have that chocolate shake and it makes you feel amazing. If they tell you that their biggest struggle is that they just really don't know what to make for their family, they prefer eating out and it's really hard for them to eat healthy, then you can say, okay, well, I've got these awesome 7-day meal plans, and these are in our challenge group. So you don't have to make them up or create them or design them or anything. They're already there for you. So then you can offer help with their nutrition, and it doesn't have to be selling them Shakeology right off the bat, because when they see that you're willing to help them with something that doesn't, instantly get you gain, and that you're really trying to just help them better their habits and help them with the things that you've learned, they're going to trust you more. And then another question, I don't ask this one very often, but I've heard this, and I think that it would be great if you need a different question to ask. What have you done in the past that has worked, and why do you think it isn't working now? So they're going to explain to you, maybe, I used to go to the gym every day, but now with my little kids, I don't want to take them, or I can't afford the gym anymore. And that's when you can talk about why these at-home workout DVDs are awesome, because you don't have to haul the kids anywhere. You can do it early in the morning. You can put on their nap, and that it just fits in your life so well, and you have a solution for that time problem. Okay, so I talked for a second about answering with empathy, and that is probably the most important part of the conversation. And so I'm just going to read something that really stuck out to me from Darren Greatley. Awesome book. Empathy is a strange and powerful thing. There is no script. So I'm giving you scripts, right? When we talk about these questions to ask, that part is a script because it's effective and it's helpful. But at that point, when they reply to you, I can't tell you what to say because everyone is going to tell you something different. So that's when empathy comes in. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It is simply listening, holding space, withholding judgment, emotionally connecting, and communicating that incredible healing message of you're not alone. And that's on page 81, if you guys want to look that up later. And then on the next page, you don't need to figure it out first or master the information before you engage in conversation. You just have to say, I've been there and I can help. And honestly, I really thought in the beginning when I first became a coach that I couldn't do this because I have zero nutrition experience. I don't even like working out. how am I going to help people, right? Empathy. It's being able to relate to other people. It's being interested in other people's problems and that you want to help them find a solution. That's what coaching is all about. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to care about other people. And so we talked about, why Beachbody is a solution specific to them. So going back to their goals, why is this program that you suggest for them? Why do you think that it would help them? And then this is the part where people get a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, is breaking down the cost. So how do you talk about cost to people sometimes? Two things of advice here. The first one is to break down the cost so they really realize what a value Shakeology is. So I will just explain, and I'll say, and usually this is after we've had maybe 5 back and forths. They'll say, well, this all sounds really good, but let's talk about price for a minute. How much is it? And I'll say, okay, so Shakeology is normally $129 for a 30-day supply. And that breaks down to $4 per shake. And then I'll say, remember, we've already talked about Shakeology a little bit before. Remember, Shakeology isn't just a protein shake that you can get from Costco. It is a dense superfood meal replacement shake. So it's going to be your breakfast or your lunch every day. So that means you've got to take that out of your grocery budget, and you should be spending less on your groceries. And like Jeff always says, if you ever eat out and you replace what you usually spend when you're eating out, you're going to save a lot of money with Shakeology. Might seem like a big chunk all at once, but you will be saving money if you're really smart about how you use it.
Or your morning coffee.
That's right. Yeah. Some people spend a lot of money on Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second thing about cost is really being confident about how this is going to help them reach their goals. And for me, this is easier when I'm typing messages, and I do a lot of my interaction on social media, but like Jeff does all of his conversations face to face. And so one thing about having confidence is if you need to practice these conversations in front of a mirror, then practice in front of a mirror, practice to your spouse. And I think like looking them in the eyes and, having that glow when you're explaining things and really sharing how it's affected your life is going to be way more powerful. And they can tell if you're nervous. And honestly, the first few times you're explaining things and having conversations, it might make you nervous. But that's why we do this often, so that we can get more comfortable. And then I love GoPro is another great book, just for any kind of network marketing strategies. And one of the things that I really have learned and implemented in my business is ending with, so after we've done all of this, we've connected, I've explained why it's a solution for them, we've broken down the cost, and then they've said, okay, let me think about it, or whatever. If I sent over a link with more information, would you take a look? And that is a key question, because I used to just say, okay, well, I'll send you a link and let me know if you're interested. And our conversation would end there. And then it would have this awkward, like, when do I follow up? What do I say? But having this question gives them some ownership in the process. And then they're going to say, yeah, I would like to. Or I always know if they reply with a thumbs up, probably not going to happen. But if they reply, yeah, that'd be great, then I send them either one of my landing pages, or you can send them the link to purchase, or you can send them the video about the program that's in the back office, or you can send them the Shakeology video that talks about the different superfoods, or Tony Horton at checkout talking about how you save a lot of money with Shakeology. So send them something that they're going to interact with. And then after you do, ask the question, when should I get back to you? And some people will say later tonight, or give me over the weekend, and then say, okay, great. I will check back with you on Monday. How's 9 a.m.? Now you have an appointment with that person, and they've agreed to talk to you again on Monday at 9 a.m. And for me, this has helped me with finishing the conversation so well, because I seem to be really great at creating the conversation, but sometimes it fizzles off. And so these last two questions are really key and super important to be able to kind of get that closure and help them decide if they want to do this or not. Okay, and then this is another thing that I just recently learned in the recruiting group that has made a big difference too is, so once you've talked about the price and you've given them that link, then they say, okay, I'm ready. Do I, click here? How do I purchase? You say this. Okay, so when you sign up for this challenge pack, I have two different options for you. Number one, you can sign up with the coaching option. You'll get 25% off future purchases. You'll get credit for anyone that you refer to the business, and then you continue to get 25% off all future purchases. Your second option is just you don't get any discount and you don't get any referral money if you send people to the business. Either way, you're going to spend $140 today or $160 today. So just let me know which option you prefer. This is a great way to get discount coaches or to see who might be kind of interested in bringing their friends along. Okay, and then you know me, if you know me, you know that I always end with some kind of a challenge. Yay, Sarah's got her 100 names. Something to put this all into action, because I love learning about Beachbody, but if you don't put this stuff into action, it's not going to really do much for you. So make a list of 100 names. I just did it this week too. I did it at the beginning of my business. I do it every few months when I kind of feel like I've gone through that list. Every day, do 5, 5, 3, 2. And that's 5 new friends. So you're going to add 5 new friends to social media. And this one is actually harder than it seems. It seems like it's really easy to just click and add friend, add friend, add friend. You don't have to talk to anyone. You just do it. But you get to a point where you've added all your friends, and now what? So being involved in groups is really important. It's a really great way to meet new people that have similar interests to you. So having like local buy and sell groups, that doesn't mean you're just posting Shakeology all the time. You're interacting with people. I'm in a holistic group. I'm in a couple groups with our church. I was in a homeschooling group. So whenever anyone posts anything that sparks your interest or sounds like maybe that sounds like your kids, go on and interact with them and have a couple conversations back and forth. Now I feel comfortable enough to add them as a friend on Facebook. And then they're going to continue to see my posts every day. So that's one great way to add new friends. And also, I'm really trying hard to get to know people like in real life when I go outside, which seems like, I know, he's like, you're crazy. I like being stuck in my little house sometimes. You know, I'm comfortable here and this is like, I rule this world, but outside, the possibilities are endless. And so I'm really trying to make eye contact with people and smile and say hi and introduce myself, and it's awkward, but that's how you make new friends. Okay, and then the second 5, 5, 5, 3, 2. So the second 5 is send 5 hey girls. If you're a dude, you probably don't want to say hey girl, but that means you're just starting a conversation with people. Hey girl, I noticed that you're potty training. That is rough. How's it going? That's it. That's simple. You're just connecting with people, and it does not have to have anything to do with health and fitness. You're connecting to them in their regular life. Okay, 3 invites. Now this could be 3 invites into your free challenge group, 3 invites for a 7-day Shakeology group, 3 invites to join you on this fitness journey. And basically what I'll do is I'll just look at that list of 100 names, and I'll kind of just see who stands out to me, or maybe I'll look at someone and say, oh, she just posted a picture of her tennis shoes yesterday. Okay, so then I'll go and I'll send her a message and I'll say, I noticed you got new running shoes. Are you running a track or are you working out? And then you've got a conversation started and you can invite them to join your group. And then 2 would be 2 coaching invites. So from your list of 100 names, you can grab some off that you know you would love to have on your team someday. You're going to talk to those people and tell them why you think they'd be a great coach and ask if they want to join your journey with coaching and why. Tell them why you think they'd be a great coach. Don't just do a script there. You really need to say, I think you'd be a great coach because you are rocking it in our challenge group. You inspire me, and I know that you can help motivate lots of other people too. So that's the 5-5-3-2. If you can do that daily, you're going to create a lot of momentum in your business. And I just want to kind of end by pointing out that the top coaches that you see that are super, super successful, they are where they are because they're multiplying these messages. They're not just talking to 5 or 10 people a day. They're talking to probably 20 people a day. They're multiplying 5-5-3-2. So if you're doing this and you're feeling like you're not getting a lot of interaction or feedback, do it double. Do it more. They're talking to more people. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to take it off screen share and see if anyone has any questions. Okay. Or comments.
Any questions?
So would it be helpful if I posted those conversation scripts in the group?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any questions about any in-between messages, or what do you say if someone says this, or how do you?
What are your top concerns that you're hearing, I guess, currently, if you're trying to share or talk about Beachbody?
I have a couple people that did Beachbody or were doing the Shakeology, and then they stopped because they said it was too much money. So how do you go back to getting them back on it? Do I just re-explain it again about how much they're really saving?
Yeah, you really got to figure out, usually when people want to try something but they don't really commit to it or have a plan, the worst part about nutrition is if you try to eat right without a plan, that's usually not going to happen. And they're just adding Shakeology to what they already eat. So they're not going to save any money that way. It has to be a replacement of what they used to be eating. And obviously you can kind of find out, hey, the best thing I found, some of my close customers, I have them, well, how do I eat right? How do I make sure I was like, well, write down everything you eat. And trust me, you're not going to want to write down a Kit Kat, let alone show me that you ate a Kit Kat once a day for the week. And, instead you could write down your positives. Instead of going out to Taco Bell, like Kirsty had mentioned, I had a Shakeology and it was a win for me. But you have to go through that every single day. So it is a replacement, and that has to be used as such if they're trying to save money. Some people don't. Some people use it as an extra supplement, but it's intended for a meal replacement.
Yeah, I think the other thing with a price objection is it's a great time to mention coaching because they're going to get a discount every month. You know, first purchase is going to be the same. They're going to just get a workout program along with it. And then after that, they're going to be saving every month with the potential to cover their costs and make an income.
Okay.
But the cost is always going to be there, so be prepared with that one.
Yeah, that's a very, very common one. Yeah.
I've told people before, I've kept track of what I was replacing, and I actually saved like $40 in a month by buying Shakeology. So, and as a coach, my whole main goal for the first month was to earn enough to pay for my Shakeology. So I was out there literally sharing with some of my favorite friends, my family, and it paid for itself in a month. But obviously, then you got to do that every month. It grows from there. Then it becomes a non-price issue. You know you're eating healthy, and you'll do it whatever the cost. But it's a lot easier when it pays for itself.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay. Cool. Good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I really hope this was helpful, and I will post those messages in our group along with the recording link. So if you have coaches that couldn't join us tonight, you can make sure that they see this if you think that would be helpful for them.
Yep. I just wanted to add about that list of 100 people. I would go crazy just making a list of 100 people.
I know.
I'd be like, what's their name again? What's their name again? I have no
He
idea.
doesn't remember names very well.
But the very first list that I made after I was a coach for probably 2.5 months, I had hit my plateau. And, Success Club was creeping up at 10 days or so. I made a list of about 15 people. And I think I ended up selling or sharing with 7 people that actually bought Shakeology and 4 or 5 of them that had workouts. So those lists really do matter, and you just think of the highest potential people that would enjoy something like this, or that would enjoy doing this with you, because you guys know how to live healthy. And who here wants to do that with you? I've been wanting to get people to do one of those
Fun runs.
Spartan races or something. I can't find anybody to do a Spartan race around here, but
Richard will.
I need to. That's my whole my new group I need to recruit is people that do Spartan races. So I'm going to join anyway, but because they're excited about fitness, and obviously health is a part of fitness, believe it or not. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
share what you do, have them do it with you, not do this. You should do this too. Do it with me.
Right. Yeah, I think that's key. Okay. Awesome. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for getting on. You guys are awesome.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
I'm going to go work out.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.